In Bali last night and checked out the tide this morning. I'd already checked a day earlier and I just wanted to go and see for myself. It's low tide at the moment, so maybe in another 2-3 hours I might be able to get out there on the water. As I said, I'm going to be keeping a log of my my progress in my next adventure, which is sailing. So to begin with, I've been taking some lessons on a hobby cat, trying to understand points of sail, wind causation, jibing, tacking, so on and so forth. So I've been doing that, and so I'm here now for my next session. Last month I had approximately maybe 5 hours on the hobby cat. I'm hoping to get another 5 hours on this trip. This all depends on the wind. It's like my kite surfing days. I mean, it's so dependent on wind, and everything would be prepared, and you've got all your gear at the beach, and you're ready with the kite and that set up, which is not easy, and your board's ready, and no wind, or wind is too light for the size of your kite, or the wind is too strong for the size of your kite, and oh man, it's frustrating. But it may be like that as well for sailing, because the wind isn't expected to be anything greater than about 11 or 12 knots by the time I'm on the water. But that should be okay with a light hobby cat, very light. Hobby cats are catamarans, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get some sailing in. So okay, I'll let you know how it goes, and I'll try and get some video of my my time on the hobby cat later on this afternoon. Catch you later. So I've now arrived down at the beach. The wind has picked up, fortunately. Good enough for us to go out. The tide is coming in. It will be high tide in another hour or so, but at the moment it looks to me as though we can certainly get out on this, and there are some telltales. I'm just looking, there's a flag there, I don't know if you can see it, just ahead on that traditional fisherman's boat there. You can see the little flag there blowing. This is the hobby cat I'll take out. These two guys are going to help prepare it, and then I'm going to rig it up anyway. I don't know whether I'll be able to get one of these guys to record while I'm rigging up. Now you may appreciate that for a beginner such as myself, there's a lot of traffic that I've got to maneuver through. All these little boats have to be avoided. You don't want to upset the local fishermen, and there are some more serious boats out there, motor cruisers, small ones, but nevertheless they're there. Last time I was here it was even worse, but if you manage the sails correctly and you use the tiller correctly, then it can be done. Bear in mind, we've got no motor to help us, no bow thruster, nothing like that. This is quite interesting. I just saw one of the beach cleaners just who was over there with the wheelbarrow dumping seaweed into a little pit that he's made. Apparently the idea is to clean the beach of all the seaweed, well, seaweed and rubbish, separate the plastic rubbish from the seaweed, take the plastic rubbish away, but leave the seaweed under the sand. Just put the sand on top, and everything's fine. So now we're heading to that tower up above, if you can see it, just in front of ejayyn there. I've been manoeuvring this catamaran through some of these boats back there for practice, left and right, easing off, increasing power, and because of the water conditions, the tiller is hard work to manoeuvre, and as you can see there is no grip. For some reason none of these catamarans here anyway have a proper hand grip, so it's forever trying to slide through your hands. As you can see, it's quite frustrating. I don't know why they won't put a hand grip on. Hand grips on these would just make life so much easier. But anyway, we do what we've got to do with what we've been given. Now, I don't know how many knots. This is more than 10 knots, I can tell you now. I've been out when someone has told me that we've been travelling at 15, and it looks a bit like that, frankly. But anyway, okay. Anyway, I beg to differ. I'm convinced that we're going fast. As you can see, there are no. I don't know if you can see ahead there, but there are no kite surfers out. And the reason for that is the wind is miserable, so for us to be doing any speed at all is pretty good. I put it all down to the seamanship of the skipper, which is me today. As feet are clear of the sheet, I'm going to point her up into the wind and do a tack coming about. Okay crew, get ready, coming about. Sheet and get that nose all the way up, get the nose up, get under them, boom, get that tiller around, release quickly, get that jib going. Okay, jib's in. Where are we?
Good, yeah? Stay there.
We don't have any speed yet, so I'm going to have to try and find the wind. So what I'm going to do back from an hour on the catamaran with ejayyn, my instructor. It went well. Yeah, it was I would say quite successful. I managed to manoeuvre through those very tight objects which I showed you earlier. Those boats, the traditional fishing boats, and some of those other motor cruisers. Got through those, and then we headed off on basically it was a beam reach, best I think I can describe it. So the wind was coming side on, and we picked up a bit of speed. We probably maxed at about, I don't know, 12 knots, maybe a bit less. There were times when we lost wind, and that was a challenge for me to try to find the wind, so it was going as close as I can and then veering off as much as I can. So I was actually trying to just get good balance with the mainsail and with the jib. So off again this afternoon in another 30 minutes. That will be an hour break I've had. I need the break because sitting on that trampoline for an hour with your legs crossed or under the straps can get a little uncomfortable if you're not used to it. And this, although I am, I suppose, for my age, quite flexible, it can lock your knees after a while. I was sitting quite a way out on the hull, trying to get some balance. over the to give it a better profile in the water. Not trapezing yet. That'll be for another day. Anyway, I'll let you know how the next session goes. Okay.